Hi guys, today I want to be a little bit simple. I've been having some discussions with folks and I'm not going to get lost on the runaround or what made me go here, but it has occurred to me there's a very common fallacy we fall into in life. I'm as guilty as anyone and everyone else. But today's sales training is I want to just bring up a very basic, very simple fact. Do what matters. Do what matters. Do what matters. Do what matters. Quit focusing on the side things. Quit focusing on the stupid stuff. Quit trying to hit a home run. Do what matters. Let me tell you something. I'm not a big baseball guy, but I know this basic fact about it, okay? There has never been, we love to use the metaphors. You love to hear the sales training guys with the metaphor baseball. Oh, nobody had more strikeouts than Babe Ruth. Nobody had more strikeouts. The great home run hitters, they strike out. I love that. It's a great metaphor. It's a great metaphor for get up and do. Get up and do. That's not what I'm looking at today. What I'm looking at today is do what matters. There are no shortcuts, because here's the truth about the great home run hitters. I bet you. They never did a shortcut. And I'm not talking about did they use steroids or whatever, another story. They didn't try to cheat and use a shortcut. They didn't go up to do their batting and think, hey, there's a way to not have to have my stance and my angle and my swing to hit the ball. No. Every time they went up and they checked the weight of the bat and they checked their grip and they looked at their shoes and they shibbied their uniform to make sure it's right. And they got in the stance that has been working for them. And they watched exactly right. And they did the swing perfectly and they followed through. They might have missed, but they did it perfect every time. Why? Because the basics matter. The structure of them matters. The flow of them matters. Short hits, short tricks, fast jumps don't matter. That's the candy for another day. Man gets his check and he has a little left over and he wants to go buy a scratcher lottery card. It's fine. Why not? What the heck? Maybe you hit 5 grand. Maybe you hit 10. Go for it. A man gets his check and he cashes it and buys nothing but scratcher cards is an idiot. Too often, we're idiots. And I speak to myself. If you are not part of the world with me, then my apologies. Too often, we start trying to find the shortcuts. Too often, that big hit opportunity is there, that chance to woohoo, and we get lost running after it. I beg of you, don't. Better that you miss the big opportunity than you get so busy chasing the big opportunity that you forget to take care of the everyday. When that big 20 home deal comes along, when that opportunity for development, for that, hey, I'm going to become the exclusive builder of Chipotle restaurants comes around. Put a little bit of your time into those. Learn a little bit, follow it. But trust me, you get busy chasing that big one, and all of a sudden you wake up and you have no pipeline, you have no crops, that deal went south, and you're starving to death and you're dead. Don't worry about who you're going to sublet space to. Don't worry about who's going to pick up the tab on your marketing bill. Don't try to create some big fancy scam on that. If you get a little extra, great. Guess what I have learned about life? You've got to build it first. People will not pay to join what doesn't exist. You want somebody to give you co-op dollars, joint marketing? Here's a fascinating thing. They only do it for the business you've already got. They don't do it for the business that you're going to have. That's what you're selling. That's what you want. That's what you need. I need your money now. But babies, We're the little red hen. We're not the little red hen's friends. And unfortunately, bizarre thing is, because we want to have friends tomorrow, we're going to do all the little red hen's work, and we're still going to feed the friends. But we're going to make sure they understand that when we feed them, they're helping on the next bread. Who will help me bake the bread? Y'all know the little red hen story. If you don't, feel free to look it up. It's a wonderful little children's story. A lot of wisdom and knowledge in there. Little red hen did what matters. Take care of the base, i.e., do your basic marketing. Remember to send your info out. Make your calls. Do your presentation perfectly. Do your notes perfectly. Do your the day-to-days. There should be some things that don't even make your calendar or list because they are so basic core that they go. The things we teach, the things we train, the stuff that was set in, that's your basic. Do it. It's what matters. If you're new, I mean, like a religious acolyte, follow it exact. If you're established and you're missing a little here or struggling there, you may want to step back and look at your core basics. Are you following through and are you doing those things correctly? I know one of the great curses we as salespeople run into. You know what happens when you start to succeed? You quit making your follow-up calls. You quit tracking this. You quit chasing that. And then all of a sudden you go from signing 16 contracts to 4. And I guarantee you'll think up 500 excuses for why. And you will find a way consciously and subconsciously to reaffirm those excuses. You don't have to feel bad about yourself. And guess what happens? You went from being an 18 contract person to a 4 contract person for the remainder of your life. Whereas if you stuck to the basics and you held the discipline and you put it in, you would have gone from 18 to 20 and from 20 to 25 and from 25 to 100. And they would have written legends about you. Do what matters. It's enough rambling from me. Wish I could go back. Probably ought to put it in front on this. It says, watch the first 15 seconds and then quit. The first 15 seconds matters. The rest is Bob rambling because he likes to hear himself talk. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day.